Hi, my name's Jessica, and I'm a middle school French teacher as well as a graduate student at the University of British Columbia. This is part one of a three-part series called Rethinking Culture in the French Classroom, designed for K-12 French teachers to take a look at how we address culture in the classroom and ways in which critical intercultural theory might better guide our teaching approaches. So without further ado, let's kick it off with part one. I started writing this three-part series with one reflective question in mind. When you think back to how you learned about French culture in school, what do you remember? I decided to enlist the help of a few of my friends to see what they remembered about our French language courses.
I can't remember much about it.
Quebec, mostly, like Carnival, Bonhomme, and small things about Quebec City and Montreal.
French food, like breads and cheeses, and making ratatouille ones.
When I asked my friends this, we all had similar answers. Food, festivals, famous landmarks, croissants, the Eiffel Tower, maybe a holiday or two. Research shows that this is very common. In many language classrooms, culture is taught through what Claire Cramch calls the 4 Fs: food, fairs, folklore, and facts. In simple terms, culture becomes a list of things to know rather than something to explore or interpret. We've all seen the assignments that match this description. Okay, class, we've created a great list here of things we could pack in a bag to send to our French pen pals. Now, I would like you to draw an image of what our French pen pal might pack for us. We've all seen this suitcase of stereotypes type of activity before, or something very similar. It's a classic classroom hook, but have we ever stopped to ask, what are students actually learning here? When we focus only on these surface level symbols, we risk presenting culture as fixed and predictable. Students may come away with the idea that culture is something people have, rather than something people live, negotiate, and experience differently. Even though these activities are well-intentioned, they can fall into what's called liberal multiculturalism, a celebration of difference that doesn't question power or representation. In other words, we highlight diversity, but we don't always ask whose perspectives are being shown and whose are missing. This matters because our classrooms shape how students see themselves and others. So, what's the alternative? One helpful framework comes from Michael Byram's model of intercultural communicative competence. The goal isn't for students to sound like native speakers, but to become intercultural speakers, people who can navigate different perspectives with curiosity and openness. At its core, this means helping students step outside their own assumptions. It's about asking, why do I see things this way? And how might someone else see this differently? So what does this look like in practice? First, identity texts. Instead of having students create posters about monuments, invite them to create something that reflects their own identities, like a short video, collage, or written piece that connects their experiences to those of Francophone individuals around the world. Second, inquiry-based projects. Rather than assigning French music, ask students to explore music from across the Francophone world, like Senegal, Belgium, or Quebec, and compare how culture is expressed differently in each context. And third, critical questioning. Encourage students to ask, whose perspective is represented here? Who is missing? Is this true for everyone? These small shifts move culture from something we learn about to something we actively interpret. And that matters, because if students only learn about stereotypes, they may struggle to engage meaningfully in real intercultural interactions. Thanks for watching part one. In the next video, we'll take a closer look at the Francophone world and question the assumption that it only centers around France.